it's impossible to put in one or even two sentences all of the complexity of relations between the two countries. So we are talking about possible gas deal that Putin had mentioned earlier last year. In June, July, he was talking about creating a gas hub in the territory of Turkey. We are talking about grain deal. But very important development that is happening in the last few days is actually Syria. The Turkish forces are leaving the northern part of Syria, where they were stationed during the last few months. And it seems that Russia is pushing hard for reconciliation between Bashar Assad and Erdogan, the Turkish president. In this case, the party that will be the most, lose the most of it, it will be Iran. Who will gain? Russia certainly will gain peace and quiet in Syria, at least for a while. Erdogan will gain some leverage in northern Syria without having to resort to a military operation. And of course, Bashar Assad, a Russian ally, will also gain from increased stability around Syria as well. Also, today, it's another important Middle Eastern development. The Emirati Minister Abdullah bin Zayed is visiting Damascus, and it seems that given the good ties between the UAE and Russia, he might be coming to Damascus with the same goal: reconciliation between Turkey and Damascus, and getting Syria back into the Arab fold. How it serves Putin? Well, let's look at the regional architecture right now. Putin, first of all, needs a reassurance that he and his country will be still powerful in Syria tomorrow. They do not have, too many free soldiers or air defense system right now to station them in Syria, but they do have diplomacy. So in this case, Turkey is even more important to Russia than it ever was before in the past. So in addition to commercial ties, diplomatic ties, and so on, so right now we are talking about Turkey as an important part of regional architecture that Russia has in mind. It's Turkey, it's Syria, and it's Russia, perhaps without Iran.
So would you say then this is further evidence, if you like, that Vladimir Putin is ready to get out of the Middle East? Is he willing to cut those ties altogether? And is Turkey willing to step in and fill his shoes?
Well, maybe not exactly, leaving completely and not allowing Turkey to step in Russian shoes, but certainly it will allow, at least for the coming months, because nobody knows when the war in Ukraine will end. Despite Erdogan's attempts of mediation, we understand that the parties are as far away from each other today as they were in the first day of war. So nobody gives a lot of chances for this Erdogan's mediation. Therefore, Russia has to embrace for long months of warfare in Ukraine. At the same time, Middle East is important, and Putin is doing his utmost in order to quell Syria, to prevent the Turkish operation that was announced by Erdogan last summer. And we will see the results of the diplomacy, I think, relatively soon.
And just briefly on the Turkish side, how long can Erdogan keep this balancing act going? Because he's under a lot of pressure from his Western allies to sever ties with Putin.
The question is also what are the Western allies of Erdogan can do in order to push him out of this comfort zone where he can dance on both weddings and enjoy the two worlds, the best of relations with Putin and the best of his relations with the West. Given the strategic importance of Turkey to Europe, and if we are talking about these millions of Syrian refugees that are living in Syria and might be going to, the European direction, if Erdogan will decide, that it's time, that the pressure is too hard. So there is, but for now, it seems that there is no replacement. There is no replacement for Erdogan. It's certainly a big headache for NATO. It's certainly a big headache for the US.
Ksenia,
but there is no answer for now.
Ksenia Svetlova, we appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed for sharing your analysis. Thank you.